Truth, such an ambiguous word. What is truth? Is it truth if someone dies before you, and then gets up and starts walking as if nothing? Without context. Can a movie be the truth of something that happened? What is context? Is it the silver bullet that defines truth? Or just another mirage on the road that we believe can provide us with an anchor to reality? As such, one must conclude that ideology is the ultimate context. Over the years, I've seen several people argue for and against radicalization, to either side of the aisle, and I've thought, are people this unaware that what they are doing always ends up being merely masked brainwashing of weak people? Who is the master puppeteer behind all this? If not the very foundation of our lives, our experiences, frustrations, regrets, and suffering in general, which shape the way we see our lives. Some choose to hide behind traditions, formulae, and closely knit groups. If I were to tell you that these three circumstances describe socialists, liberals, nationalists, and conservatives in general, you would happen to be absolutely correct. We all choose to hide behind numbers, behind groupthink, and seek approval from our peers. As part of our biological programming, as such, we hardly ever switch tribes, and if we do, we seek the absolute approval of our tribe, lest we suffer from being out of the loop. What if I were to tell you that to the capitalist, everything he does is the utmost good that they owe to themselves, their employees, and society? What if I were to tell you that to the class-conscious worker, everything he does is the utmost good that they owe to themselves, their fellow workingmen, and society at large? What if I were to tell you that to the politician, protecting the status quo by promising halfway reforms is the way to contain both the reactionaries and revolutionaries by giving them both a bone to chew, believing themselves to be guarantors of social peace? You can pretty much carry on and see for yourself that to each actor belongs a role in society, and thus to each their own. From this observation stems my skepticism in the discovery of a system that undoes the bondage of society as a society of exploited exploitators, who each exploit each other as a means of masking their guilt over depending on each other for sustenance. Much like Zizek talks about the tale of the cooped man, who has a problem with being cooped by their wife. Even if the charge of having been cooped is true, he is still pathologically ill with some sort of chronic jealousy of the man who cooped them. The man who believes is exploited by the worker, the state, or the capitalist, even if the charge is true, is pathologically tied to this relationship as a way to mask their own impotence at being unable to lift the hammer, the accountancy book, or the pen to do the job of the other.